Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to go through the common pointers that you must have on your fingertips to make sure you are not just messing up with any questions with respect to binomial expansion. This is a very scoring topic, very easy topic just like your partial fractions, but it is very algebra heavy. You will have a lot of things you will be writing in a small spaces. So make sure your working is neat and clean so that you're not making a mistake of plus or minus. Always ask yourself if there should be a plus sign or a minus sign before writing it. Okay, you can cross check from your previous step. If plus is written, carry forward that plus. And just make sure that you are multiplying things properly. If there is a minus outside, then inside a bracket 1 minus x is written. Just make sure to distribute this minus sign properly. These are the common issues with the students because of the lack of time and they think that this is very easy. They just rush through this question and most of the times they end up messing up with the final solution because they simply rushed. They thought that it's very easy and they can easily comfortably solve this. But yeah, most of the times they get incorrect answers because of this kind of silly errors only. So yeah, this is one thing that you always keep in mind with respect to binomial expansion. But now let's talk about the key pointers that you must know to solve any questions on binomial expansions without going wrong. The first thing is whenever you are given any term to expand it binomially, you always convert it into the format such that the constant term inside the bracket is always equal to 1. If it's not equal to 1, you can sadly not implement the formula that you have learned in your A2 level or the formula that is present even in your MF19 data booklet. So how do you go and convert this format to this format? It's pretty easy actually. Just take A as a common factor out inside the bracket so that it's going to look like this. A times 1 plus b over a x and then to the power of n. You can see that if you multiply this a into 1, you get a, then a into this term, you get bx. So yeah, this and this are comparable. Now, because n is having a common power for the both the terms, you can distribute the powers. It will become a to the power of n times 1 plus b over ax to the power of n. Now you can implement the formula that is given to you in the data booklet because now the constant value is equal to 1. So this is something that you must have on your fingertips. By the way, in the unusual question, what have I written over here? Usually I see that students, if they are given x minus 1, they think that they can still implement the formula because there is a constant of 1. But if you notice carefully, the constant is minus 1. The constant is not 1. So I'll talk about this question a bit later on. But this is a common type of an error that students usually face. You need to convert this into the format of 1, not minus 1. Only then you can go ahead and solve it properly without any issues. So I hope that the first key pointer is now understood properly. If I talk about the second key pointer, we talk about the validity of the given binomial expansion. This is also something that you have seen in P1, but not extremely you haven't seen it. But in P3, it's very common type of question that you get. And how do you solve this? You say that 1 plus kx is equal to 0. Whatever is the term inside the bracket, you say that that is equal to 0 and make x the subject of formula. So in this case, it will become minus 1 over k. Now, why are you doing this? To convert it into the format that is accepted into the marking schemes, you will see that the modulus of x is always less than 1 by k, positive 1 by k. It is same as writing that your x value lies in between minus 1 by k to positive 1 by k. So either you write this format or you write this format. Both of the formats are accepted. Okay. So I hope you are aware about the reasoning behind why are we doing this. And this is a shortcut of how you can completely or easily get the validity of the binomial expansion without doing the long process. Now for the part C, you should be aware about how do you find the coefficient of any given term through the binomial expansion. Again, this is something you have done in P1. So in this case, you can see that you can expand this binomially using the P3 formula. Then once you're going to get the expansion of this, if you multiply it with 3 plus x, what is the coefficient of x cube? This kind of question, of course, you have done it in your AS level, but with your P1 formula, where the power was a positive integer, not a fraction like what you are seeing over here. So the same thing you are repeating what you have learned in your P1, but now utilizing the P3 formula. Okay. So we're going to look into all these questions in the upcoming videos. So stay tuned. I'll see you in those videos.